Hello and welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. I hope you're well. Today we bring you some more latest transfer news, rumours and murmurs coming out of Aston Villa. Once again, Emi Martinez is in the mouth of journalists, in the thoughts of Villa fans, and we need to uncover what is going on with this situation, as it seems that Manchester United have formally started talks with Aston Villa in regards to Emi Martinez. Leon Bailey as well, a player that seems destined to leave Aston Villa, someone that Villa fans have said for certain will go. It seems that Fenerbahce are now starting negotiations for Aston Villa and Leon Bailey, and we'll see the developments of that one. Lots of stories to discover, lots of clips to show you. Make sure you stay tuned for this one. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and get in the comment section regarding the two players today. Now, before I start, it's very clear to me that Emi Martinez and Aston Villa and Manchester United is a weird relationship that hasn't died down in this transfer window. And although where the international break and segment started, it felt that that rumour was being squashed. Emi Martinez returned back to Bodymore Heath yesterday with the Aston Villa players who have been on international duty and seemed calm, settled and happy to be back. However, since his return to training, these rumours have scoped up again. And Aston Villa are seeming to be linked with a big move away for Emi Martinez. But let's put this on record. This isn't to say that this isn't rubbish. This isn't to say this is murmurs. This isn't to say this is BS. But there is some substance to it. Manchester United clearly want Emi Martinez, and I'm going to show you why. So this started last night. The first story that came in that sort of got people talking about Emi Martinez and Manchester United again, and Manchester United fans in general, was this of here, Gaston Idal. People talk about this guy as being a credible journo who has got some things right with Emi Martinez, considering he is a Argentinian journalist himself, and obviously linking to Debu being Argentinian. And he broke, this is 13 hours ago, he said, Manchester United made a move for Emi Martinez. Negotiations are already underway with Aston Villa. Basically, he went first on this story. He was the one who dropped this story first and has gone with it. Now, this morning, we've woken up to more murmurings, more rumours, more sort of links of other journalists coming in. This is the one this morning that's come in. We're receiving news that for the first time, Manchester United have formally started talks with Aston Villa, and Emi Martinez's camp is now open to talks. It's a developing story. Amaron wants him as a priority goalkeeper. Okay, so the sources again on this one. First one is someone called Diego Monroy, who again, if you want to translate his bio, is a sports journalist. Again, works in ESPN and is Argentinian based. We've got these Argentinian journalists coming out and saying these sort of quotes. And again, we've got another story here from which is about Emi Martinez saying negotiations are underway between Manchester United and Aston Villa for Emi Martinez. A formal offer is expected in the coming days, and discussions regarding the player's contract are also taking place. Now, again, if we go to the source here, Uriel Lejeut, probably butchered his name again. Again, if we want to translate his bio, sports journalist, transfer market at an Argentinian press. What's happening here, people? It seems that the Argentinian journalists are pushing, conveying, speaking about Emi Martinez going to Manchester United. That's three different Argentinian journalists saying the same story. Now, whether they've had a tip, whether they've had a bit of inside info, or whether it's just guesswork, who knows? Could Manchester United be pushing this from an Argentinian stance and getting the Argentinian media to sort of push Emi that way? Has it come from inside Emi's camp? Well, we all know that Jorge Mendes is his agent. He has changed agents this summer. Was and is there any links to that as well? For me, it is a bit peculiar that once again these links have picked up, and these journalists are now confident to say that formal negotiations have taken place, and even now talking about contracts. For me, something's going on. I don't, and people in the chat and people may have opinions in the comment section saying it's all a load of BS, it's all a load of rubbish. But try and explain to me why we've got three different Argentinian journalists pushing the same news story about Emi Martinez. This is one that we need to keep our eye on. Now, the whole situation with Manchester United is that they've got a goalkeeper in Onana who thinks and wants to be first team regular. And of course, Manchester United have said that basically if they want to bring in Emi Martinez, Onana probably needs to go, or he's going to have to make do be a number 2. We're going to have to keep an eye on that situation with what's going on with Onana, but I certainly think we're going to not hear the end of this story, and it has started again. Manchester United, formal talks with Aston Villa. Let's see how this one develops. So that's one Villa player that has been spoken about, but the other one, as I said, we thought he was getting a move to Saudi Arabia. He had this link going to Saudi Arabia, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, another club has come in. And these two clubs in particular have had a very busy window so far in both Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce have seemed to secure the acquisitions of Marco Asensio and John Duran on a loan. And now Leon Bailey has been linked there as well. Here is the story coming through about Leon Bailey. Fenerbahce have started negotiations with Aston Villa for Leon Bailey today. Again, if you want to go to the source, Jose Cassi, who is a journalist for Footy Mercato, follow PSG French national team. Again, a very weak source as such. But this isn't the first time that Fenerbahce news has come about with Leon Bailey. And in particular, as you can see here, there is another source coming in saying, with interest from Fenerbahce, is reported that Aston Villa are looking for a fee in the region of 35 million for Leon Bailey. Everyone has to remember the two following situations. Number one, the last game at Villa Park, Emi Martinez and Leon Bailey were seen distraught, distressed, emotional, and had a moment. And people said, even before that Manchester United game, that those two were off. That started the rumour mill. The signs of Emi, the signs of Leon Bailey. Now, where it was a little few quiet weeks, people sort of diminished it and said, no, we don't need to sell because we solved our PSR issues. Once again, it's risen. I'd be confident to say that I think Leon Bailey is destined to leave Aston Villa, more confident than saying about Emi Martinez. I think Leon Bailey's time has come to an end. I think, again, with his really poor contributions of 1 goal, 3 assists this season, it's simply not worked out again for Leon Bailey. And I think Villa realised that cashing in on that sum of around 30, 35 million euros will basically get our money back for Bailey, will enable us to then strengthen again in that position and maybe even secure Jacob Ramsey, again, who was linked yesterday to moves away at Nottingham Forest, Everton and West Ham also interested. Bailey, it seems, I think his course has run to an end at Aston Villa. And where he was linked to Saudi, and ironically so was Emi Martinez at the start, both have rejected those proposals. It's now about finding them a club in Turkey. Remember as well, Emi Martinez, again, very similar links, had also links to Galatasaray a few weeks ago. These two are looking for a new club, in my opinion. And Villa are trying to find the right suitor, the right price, and then make sure they've got the right backup. Anyone who doesn't think Leon Bailey is leaving Aston Villa, I'd love to know your thoughts on why. And anyone who thinks that 35 million is too cheap or too expensive, I'd also love to know why. I think that is a bang-on price for Leon Bailey right now. I think it's bang-on that Aston Villa moved this deal quickly. And I think it'll be bang-on for Leon Bailey and his career to move on. People, this is our Transfer Daily. Make sure you hit a like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you get into the comment section about the two stories today. Whether you agree or disagree, I still want to hear from you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Up the Villa. Football is back. Pre-season starts today officially with our first game against Walsall. Cannot wait for it. I'm out of here. Ta-da.